Good morning, everybody. So again, thank you for the views and the interest and the feedback. The feedback is amazing. Today, it's a different kind of video today. Today, I'm not going to talk really about my mental health. It's more about how I'm mentally feeling today, 18th of July. So today I'm celebrating being a survivor of a sexual assault. 3 years ago today, I was sexually assaulted by a man who I thought was a really good friend of mine. He broke my jaw. He drugged me, and he did whatever he did. And a lot of people think this is weird, but luckily for me, I don't remember the act itself. I just remember the pain, physically, the bruises. Before there was even fingerprints on my skin, I knew where I'd been touched before they became visible. I remember stupid things. Somebody that I used to know watched the CCTV footage of the night that it happened, and he, as I said, he broke my jaw. And I thought that I'd been knocked out because I couldn't remember a single thing, but on the video I didn't go down, I stayed standing, and I'd only had one drink, and I brought the drink and I took one sip out of it through the straw and I put it down on the table, went to the shop, came back from the shop, and that's when I was hit. So I didn't get to drink the rest of the drink. I had a sip of another drink that he passed to me. So yeah, I don't drink, you see. I'm not a big drinker. I don't put other things in my recreational drugs. I've never used them. So I was stone cold sober, and I remember nothing. Like, I was comatose. I remember weird things. I remember being punched, and I remember really crying. I remember crying and crying and crying, and I remember saying I want to go home. And I remember the two boys, because I went with them after the physical attack. I went with them, which isn't something I'd do. Friend or not, you're not going to punch me in the face and have me come away with you like we're friends. It's just not something I would do. So I think even at that point, whatever I'd been given was kicking in. Because I kept saying, I've got a headache, I've got a really bad headache. I'd been at work that day. I'd done a long shift at work. So I thought it would have been to do with that to me. So yeah, I went with them, and I remember seeing somebody walking their dog, and I remember seeing the shops there, and I remember thinking, why are the shops so bright? Why are the shops so bright? This is after I've been hit. And then I remember them really arguing. One of them saying, what have you done? what have you done? Get home. And the other lad getting really irritated. I know what I've done. I'm sorting it. And then nothing. I remember nothing. And today is very much, again, it's that for me. It's the day. I feel like it's the day after all over again. I spent so long trying to remember and just going over and over and over the useless snippets of information that I did remember. The shop windows, somebody walking the dog, shouting, really, really crying. The pain, the immense pain in my face. And even now, I've got to have an operation on my jaw because he fractured my jaw in one place, and where your jaw sits here, mine don't sit straight no more, so I constantly get jaw lock because of it. So even though I do have constant reminders, it's more the significance of this day. This day, I woke up like every other day. I went to work. I got a visit from a friend who I hadn't seen in a while. I hadn't seen him in a while. And it was so lovely to see him. I remember thinking, oh, wow, it's been so while. It's been such a while. It's been so long. How's things? I remember caring. Stupidest thing I ever did was saying, I finished work at such and such and time. Yeah, come pick me up. We'll have a coffee. If I could go back, but I can't. But today for me it doesn't feel like the day it happened. It feels like the day. It feels like tomorrow. It feels like the day after. I remember. I'll never forget, even now, I feel a bit sick. I'll never forget. I woke up on a bed, knowing and seeing my bed. And, well, my jeans is already on half of me, one of my legs. And I've reached over and I've pulled on my jeans and my foot went straight through. That, if any woman who knows about skinny jeans knows that that's not how you take off your jeans. You stamp out the jeans. There's no other way to get out of them. You stamp out of them and they are always inside out. You take off your jeans and they end up inside out every time. And from when I discovered skinny jeans up until later on today, that is how my jeans will end up when I take them off. It's just the only way to get out of them. And I knew I didn't take these off. And then suddenly I remember walking in to my own home. So I don't remember, even today, I don't remember where I was. I don't remember how I got home, when I got home. Even, I know now I'd been gone a whole night, but at the time I remember thinking, well, it was just a ball of nothingness, like, who even am I just, for the life of me, I couldn't put two and two together and get four. I could not do it. So, and I just remember it snowballing from there, even defending him. He wouldn't, my body was screaming. It was screaming, Shay, something really, really bad has happened to you here. And I defended him. He wouldn't do that to me. He wouldn't do that to me. We've been friends for ages. We're good friends. He respects me. He didn't respect you, Shay. So, yeah, today, I can't really talk about my mental health, but I am mentally distressed today. I feel very sad. I feel very hostile. I feel hostile. I don't even hate the guy. I don't hate him because at the end of the day, regardless to what the significance, excuse me, of this date, he's doing 17 years in jail. I'm waiting for a delivery from something for one of my kids, and I'm building a home, and I'm building me. I'm doing that, and I'm free, and there's nobody standing in my way. He's behind bars, and it wasn't even for what he did to me, because I couldn't remember enough. I wasn't enough evidence, the police said. But he's in jail for attempting to do it to another girl, and something else I can't actually remember. He and whatever he did after that day became void to me. One ear out the other. The second I hear his name now. So yeah, I'm kind of really sad that I'm having to remember that happened to me, but I'm celebrating 3 years of being a survivor. Again, the first year I remember it being exactly the same. I remember it being exactly the same. And I remember, I think it was probably from about the 12th or the 13th, counting down the days, dreading this day. And then, but last night I went to look at the time, and the clock is the 17th today. Shit. It's tomorrow. But just that for me was, it was, and then another thought came, and I thought, you forgot to remember. Well done. You forgot to remember, because that was, I always thought, this is it now for me, forever and ever. On this day, this happened to me, and it's going to destroy me forever, and every day I will work towards recovering, just to get back there again. And today, yeah, I feel crappy. I feel a bit sick, like I've got a bitter taste in my mouth, like an actual bitter taste in my mouth. I don't really want to eat anything. I don't really want to speak to anybody. I don't really care if anyone phones me or they don't, because I'm not in the mood to entertain. But I'm also not letting it taint my home inside this house. I want to be left alone, but you're not going to taint my house. Not anymore. One of the hardest things for me, when it really came down to it, was accepting that it happened. I hate saying the word, I can't say the word. Maybe one day, anyways, maybe one day I can say, well, I was beep, but no, not today. Especially not today, because I won't give him the airtime. But accepting and admitting to myself that somebody took the best, most important part of me, my soul, without my say so. It was so hard to, it was so hard to admit, because it does, it feels like somebody's completely taken the core out of you. And for a long time I was angry at myself for putting myself in a position where I could be drugged without knowing. It's not funny, but that's what I was mad at. I was mad that I'd allowed myself to be drugged without knowing, because I am that person. Don't keep your thumb over your drink at all times. Don't leave your drink on the bar. I am that person. If I was to go clubbing, I don't But if I was, I don't anymore, but if I was to, I'd probably only drink water and keep the lid on and keep the bottle in my hand at all times. I was always cautious. I was always a very cautious person about things like that because of working in pubs most of my adult life. But then because of that happening to me, I'm not cautious anymore. I'm paranoid. There's a difference. So yeah, that's what I was like. And then it happened to me by a friend who said that he respected me and had all this time for me and said, "Oh Shay, you're great, let's have a laugh," and we did, and we had a laugh on so many occasions. So how many times while you were smiling at me were you looking at me thinking one day? And I didn't know. And it makes me mad. It makes me mad because every smile I gave to you was genuine. I'm just so glad that this certain man, he didn't pay for his crime towards me, no. And there's been, excuse me, there's been a few times where I've rang the police and I've said, "Is there anything that you can do about it yet? Is there anything you can do about it now?" No, there wasn't enough evidence, there wasn't enough witnesses. A witness to something like that. What? I was like, that's what, even now, that's genuine, that is my genuine reaction, or what? But at least he can't do it to anybody else. And if there is a God, I hope he gets a beating every day. Not just for what he's done to me, for what he did to the other girl, and for the reasons, whatever reasons they are, that is in jail for 17 years. It's not a short amount of time, is it? So just the sentence alone lets you know what kind of a person he is. So yeah, today's that day. I'm probably going to be, I can tell you how I'm going to be. I'm going to be glad that my children haven't got to sit around me today. They're off having their fun with their dad. I'm going to be up and down. I'm going to be hysterically crying. And I'll probably be a victim. At some point today I will be a victim. But just as every other time I survive it, I am a survivor. There might not have been enough evidence, but I'm proof. And nobody's going to deny me that. So I'll be strong, and I'll be sad, and I'll probably laugh at something and then feel guilty for the 3 year ago me. Why are you smiling? You went through this, you shouldn't be smiling. So I feel guilty. I'll be kicking myself because, again, how did I get in that position? How did I trust my own friend? It's so mad, the things that go through your head. It's really strange. I'm not a professional on these things. The really, really bad things happen and you're left to deal with them. Like you're a professional, and like my other videos, my next one we will go back to mental health. The only reason I can talk about it is because I am it. I am. I'm not a professional though. You're not. It's so just frustrating to not understand your own train of thought. And that'll be me today. Another thing, I am probably in this video, I might be to and fro in and not making much sense because my thoughts haven't really been making much sense today. all I'm concentrating on is getting the banister glossed before the carpet comes Monday. But then I think there's something he can't do. He's not doing that today, I am. And you take tiny little bits of pleasure out of the most simplest things, because when a simple thing is denied, somebody who's done that he deserves that. He deserves whatever slop it is that they get in jail, or he deserves all the noise at night and the unsettling environment. He deserves that, because what he did to me was take my core without my say-so. I can't afford to give my children my core. I need that. That's my motherboard. I need that to function. And he took that away from me. But I've earned it back now. And slowly but surely, and it'll take me a few weeks to be settled again now. After today, it'll take me another couple of weeks to resettle in myself, just on this one thing alone. It'll take me a few weeks, but I will do it. I will. And part of me hopes in some magical, miraculous way he could see this from his jail cell and think, I'm in jail because I thought I was a big hard man and I still couldn't wreck her. You'll never wreck me. Thank you for listening.